I think this is an opportunity for conservatives to showcase, I think, a deep interrogation, an examination of what makes conservative philosophy and policies work. It's about the preservation of aesthetics culturally. It's about free market ideas. It's about prioritizing the individual and families and not prioritizing others outside of the country, which I think most conservatives would argue is the liberal position. And so this is an incredible opportunity, Aaron, I would argue, for the American people to not only look at so many different Republicans from all over the country. You see African Americans there, Hispanic Americans there. It showcases a representation of who we are today. And so I think that assassination attempt on the former president's life completely redirects what people will see this week. But I want to bring it back to the voters. The voters are yearning for recognition for their daily plight. When you say that there isn't a crime issue in this country,
I didn't say that.
No, not you.
I didn't
You
either.
mentioned
I said
crime is going down.
That
Go to
is
Washington,
demonstrably
D.C.
true.
We're here in New York City. Go talk to people who live in impoverished areas or poor white areas and ask them about crime. Talk to those people about the economic instability that we have under the Joe Biden, Kamala Harris administration. Talk to those people about immigration. And it's not about demonizing immigrants, Van. I agree with you that immigrants come to the country assuming for a good life. But people want an ordered process. People want to make sure that their plight is addressed first before the plight of other people.
What's going on, everyone? I wanted to make another video before I actually go to work, right? And this commentary you saw from the intro is like, it's something that I really believe in. Whoever listens to the voters win. And in my argument, in my view, the Republican Party seems to be more open to listen to the voters, especially conservative voters. Conservative voters say, hey, we don't like how the RNC is operating. They gave the reins to Laura Trump, right? Trump pretty much has control of the entire party because the Republican Party has become Trump's party. Now, if you're a leftist, you may not like that tone. You might, oh my God, it's Trump's party. But the idea is it's America first. We want to centralize the concerns and the problems that Americans are facing, that there should be more priority to domestic than foreign, right? It's not like in America, and then this is the dumb narrative that a lot of the left try to put out, is that, oh, Donald Trump don't care about foreign policy. He does, but foreign policy in the light of America's interest as a whole, our interest as a whole, right? And what that guy, the analyst that spoke about, he's a Republican analyst, and I want to hear more of his commentary because I believe I had to share this video because I think a lot of things he spoke out in the opening of that video is something that I think Trump is really hammering home. As a populist, you're close to the people. You follow the will of the people, and that is your North Star. And I think this is making the Republican Party kind of uncomfortable. This is why you saw such sparked, heated debate with Amber Rose speaking at the convention. And in my view, every faith was represented in the convention. I went back. Yeah, they did the chic thing, but they also prayed. Christian prayed. Like, they prayed for Trump in there. So it's like, okay, all religions are represented in the Republican Party, so I don't understand the outrage. But that's just me. I want to follow more on this commentary because they're going to talk more about the J.D. Vance pick and how they don't think it actually helps Trump. But I want to mainly focus on the Republican strategists because I think what he's saying here, the Republican Party has to listen and conservatives have to listen too. So let's take a quick look.
He's almost the pick that you make if you feel very confident that you are going to get elected and you don't feel like you need to use the pick to try to unify the party or, oh gosh, I need to go win this geographic or demographic region. In some ways, it reminds me a lot of Mitt Romney picking Paul Ryan. Completely opposite people. But remember, Paul Ryan, it wasn't that he was chosen because he brought a new demographic or a new region. Mitt Romney just liked him.
Yeah, look, I think that's a good point. Conventional wisdom would tell me you need someone who's going to strengthen where you're weak. But I think if you're Trump and you're looking at President Biden, you're thinking this is someone with a foundation that's fractured. It's broken. So if I can energize my base, if I can maybe bring in some Republicans who aren't typical voters, who may like J.D. Vance, he can sort of speak to that plight of this sort of forgotten man and woman who've sort of seen the country go in a different direction in terms of academic attainment, in terms of
I believe in that. The forgotten man and woman is the non-college educated people because a lot of politics has been catered to the educated people, the college degree, the Ivy Leagues, these people, and not so much about the working class, which majority of Americans are. 60% of Americans are working class. 60% of Americans has not graduated from college. So a lot of the things that JD Vance can speak to, he's going to attract those kind of voters, right? And this is something that I think in our politics, it gets kind of thrown under the bus, is that they don't really understand the common plight of people, like regular people. They have assumptions, they have ideas. Oh, JD Vance is bad for the ticket, or this conventional wisdom. And Trump's presidency has been nothing but, like, it's not conventional. It's not been a conventional presidency. So I don't understand why they think Trump is going to operate in the normal politician patterns that we're so used to in the past. And I like a lot of the points that he brought up, is that Trump is angling for engagement, angling for turnout, right? Because Biden has a turnout problem, right? That's the argument that Trump's base is more energized to vote for him than Biden's base is energized to vote for him, for Biden. So if the election of 2024 is going to be about enthusiasm, who's more willing to go out and vote, that's Trump's advantage right there. Biden has to get and convince many of his coalition not to sit at home and vote. He's like, yo, vote for me. Like, a lot of these liberal Democrats, especially these black Democrats, they're screaming at the Democratic Party about how the black people are choosing the couch over the Democrats. And that's a default win by Republicans. Now, I would like the Republicans to earn the black vote, but if black people are not open to the conservative message, hey, whoever it speaks to, it speaks to. But they can't sit here and continue pushing the narrative that the Republican Party is not trying to listen. Trump has been trying to listen. When Ice Cube had his plan, the Platinum Plan in 2020, Trump was willing to take on some of the initiatives, and he put it into his agenda, creating opportunity zones for poor and impoverished communities. That was something that can help the common American, not just policies that benefit those super rich and the educated, like the stock economy. Tax cuts helps Americans in so that it gives them more opportunities to help themselves. And I like the messaging that this political strategist is speaking about. I think his name is Shermichael Singleton. Shout out to him. He's speaking a lot of things that I believe to be true. So I'm gonna continue more with his commentary, and then I'm gonna wrap up because I gotta really go.
What's needed to survive in this world. A lot of people remember a moment in time when their parents could work a 40-hour-a-week job and buy their home and put them through college if they so chose. And now a lot of people say, I can't do what my parents did 30 years ago, Aaron. And so J.D. Vance can articulate that point, I think, better than many others.
So when you talk, Jonah, about what we know Biden has said he has to do, right, that they have to win that Midwest set of states, right? And you just going back to what J.D. Vance may do for this ticket. Hillbilly Elegy is how he became so well known, right? That's how he became the best-selling author and at all of the fancy events, and became that CNN contributor, right? That media world. He writes, "I want people to understand the American dream as my family and I encountered it. I want people to understand how upward mobility really feels, and I want people to understand something I learned only recently, that for those of us lucky enough to live the American dream, the demons of the life we left behind continue to chase us." He has talked about the substance abuse that his mother suffered. We know how much.
The fentanyl crisis, the stuff that's being smuggled across the border, right? The rate of depression, like in the rural America South, like that, the rural America is unprecedented. Like, there's no policies driving any type of economic activity in those areas, and this is why J.D. Vance, I think, is such a good pick by Donald Trump. Is Donald Trump is trying to get to Philadelphia's of the world, the Michigans of the world. Hell, maybe he make a play at Minnesota, saying, "Look, I got a guy here that knows your struggle, that knows your personal plight." Right? And I think too much of our politics has been catered too much to the urban population. Because then you get these leftists talking about how, oh, look at the poverty rate in rural America. It's higher than the poverty rate in blue states. When blue states have the highest average income, right? But they also have the highest cost of living as well. So that means rural America can live off less money than urban America, right? They don't talk about how there's limited economic opportunities in rural America. Instead of speaking to that, Democrats don't have any policies to help rural America gain industry, bring manufacturing back. But Joe Biden's wagging his finger talking about we'll build back better. Inflation is killing all of us. It's hurting all of us. And this is the flawed foundation that Biden's standing on. He keeps trying to say everything's okay, everything's fine, as everything behind him's on fire. Oh, we're good. Inflation is slowing down. You look back at your paycheck, you're like, yo, my budget says that prices have been up 50% for groceries, 20% for chicken. But the economy is strong. Oh, we got a strong economy. Majority of Americans falsely believe that the economy isn't strong. You're not listening to the voters. If you listen to mainstream media, you won't understand the plight of the common man. The common American is dissatisfied with this economy. Trump's listening. Is Biden? I don't think so. Because if Biden listened, that means he actually has to accept the reality that what he's doing is not actually helping Americans. Doing student loan forgiveness has contributed 27% to the inflation that we experience today in his administration. Him going out to forgive student loans. Detrimental. It seemed like Democrats' solution is always to spend more government money, but government money, the cost for government spending is inflation. That is the reality. That is the economics of it. But he doesn't tell you that. Biden's not incentivized to inform you of that, but the Republicans are. And I believe the Republicans got a good chance if they follow that message that I laid out in the intro. Whoever listens to the voters win. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll be interested to hear what you guys have to say. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.